Communicating with your teenagers can be very difficult for any parent. I think one of the biggest things to remember when trying to communicate with your teen is to listen. That's the biggest thing that you need to keep in mind, is to listen, try and be non-judgmental, try and not criticize, and have open ears. I usually recommend that you have a time and day that you're going to sit down and listen to your kid for about 15 minutes. For some people, a really great time to do this is on the car ride home from school. It's a time when you and your child don't even have to make eye contact. So if your child is a little bit embarrassed and isn't sure that they want to talk to you about something, the car ride home is a great place to do this. After your child is finished talking to you, then that's a good time for you to ask them, do they want advice? Do they just want you to listen? How much feedback do they want? And that's going to help to keep those lines of communication very open, help to keep your youth relaxed and being able to talk to you. Another point that we hear sometimes with teens is that parents think, well, I don't want to ask them or talk to them too much about, say, drugs or sex or cutting on themselves or even suicide, because you don't want to put the idea in their head. Well, guess what? Your teenagers already hear about it from other kids. The thoughts have already entered their minds on some level because it's something that they hear about through TV, through their music, and through their friends. So it's really nice if that message comes from you. Then you can give them the facts, help to take away any things that maybe another kid has told them that just isn't quite true. And also, when talking to your teenagers about these sensitive topics, be sure to include your personal values. What do you want them to know from your perspective, from your spiritual beliefs? What have been your family's experiences? What have been your own experiences if you want to share those? Tell them about why you want them to make the decisions that you want them to make. And that's going to give them a much better understanding and a firm, secure base to go from whenever they go out into the world and try to make their decisions. So those are just a few tips on how you can start to communicate better with your teenagers. And if you're still struggling, if you're finding that there's a lot of arguing in the home, some really poor decisions are being made, and you're very concerned, then that's a time whenever you can seek help. So you can call one of us here at the Middletown United Methodist Church Counseling Center, and we'll be more than glad to work with you. Or maybe you just want to call and ask us a few questions, and we can even answer some questions over the phone for you.